It's time now for perspective, and we're staying with our main story today, and indeed for the past 10 days, as the humanitarian situation in Gaza grows ever dire, and Israel prepares for what appears to be an inevitable ground offensive. My guest today is Ofer Bronchtein, the president of the International Forum for Peace. He was also an advisor to former Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin. Thank you so much for being with us on France 24 today.
Good morning.
Good morning. A few days ago, in an interview with our sister channel RFI, you said that you feared what Israel's military response to Hamas's massacre would look like. Have those fears come true?
You know, when people are dying, my fears are always coming true. I do understand totally. My heart is broken since the 7th of October. I never imagined that me, as a peace activist for the last 40 years, will have to witness the degree of horror, degree of savagery, like we witnessed on Saturday, 7th of October. What this psychopath, what these barbaric people did to young people that were there to dance, to enjoy, to elderly people, to Shoah survivor, to kids. It's beyond my imagination, beyond my understanding. And I'm not going to say the worst, but all these people are peace activists. All these people in the kibbutzim around are people who are working with Gaza citizens on a daily basis. They take them to get some health response when they need it. They don't want war. They want peace, and they want a Palestinian state. They want the dignity for the Palestinian. They want freedom for the Palestinian, and they are being killed. They are being slaughtered. I cannot. And the worst, you know, this terrorist organization is the enemy of the Palestinian people, because they knew then the Israeli response will be a harsh one, will be a terrible one, will be a disproportionate one. They knew, and they wanted it. They wanted the chaos. They wanted the Palestinian people to suffer. And it's exactly what we should not give them. We should limit as much as possible, and it's impossible to limit it completely, to have civilian being hurt in Gaza. We should limit the sufferance of the people from Gaza. They suffered enough.
So what then does, in your opinion, a measured response in the wake of the worst civilian bloodshed on Israeli soil since the founding of the State of Israel, what should a measured Israeli response look like right now in Gaza?
I'll tell you what should be the response, the military one, and then I will talk to you about the day after. The military one is to move a little bit the border between the west and the north, the west and the north of the east and the west and the north of Gaza, so to allow a no man's land, a bigger no man's land, so we don't see what's happened on Saturday. Then easily they crossed the walls. So
a no man's land that you're suggesting is brought out into what's currently Israel?
Maybe part of it will be in Israel, maybe part of it will be in Gaza.
Okay.
But the most important is to have a bigger size no man's land that won't allow people to pass so easily from one place to another place. That will be the first thing. The second thing, and it's what the Israelis are saying that they want to do, it's to kidnap, to kill, or to seize the leadership of the Hamas, and that they can do today, they can do tomorrow. Gaza is not going nowhere. The Israelis don't have to act only as an act of vengeance, of revenge. We have to act calmly and intelligently. If we want to destroy the infrastructure of Gaza, we can do it. It's being done now. If we can decapitate the leadership of Gaza, it can be done. Most of them are not in Gaza anyway, so we'll have to wait until they come back to Gaza or to find them somewhere else. The Israelis should not be in a rush. Gaza is not going nowhere. And what has to be done after? And it's why I'm angry as the international community. It's to resolve the issue once and for all. It's a 14 military operation of Israel in Gaza in the last 15 years. And it's repeating itself. Now it's a very, very, very intense one, very critical one, but it's repeating itself. You know, the enemy, the Hamas is not only people. And I can guarantee you, if they are not working in Gaza with signs saying, here, I'm a Hamas leader, come and get me. You don't know who they are. They are among the population. They can look like a doctor, like a teacher. It will be very difficult to find them. But what we have to do, it's not only to kill the leadership of the Hamas. Out of 2.5 million Gazawi, it's maybe 20,000, 30,000. Most of them are not. Most of them are poor people who are looking for perspective, who are looking for hope, who are looking for something to eat, who are looking for a good job, who are looking for open borders. It's what most of the people in Gaza want. You know, I know that we don't have much time, but we speak about numbers. 1,300 dead in Israel, 2,000 in Palestine. I would like to talk about these numbers as a name, this number as a face. And if you don't mind, I'll choose three that are close to me to explain you the situation. Eyal Waldman is one of the most successful businessmen in Israel. For political reason, for ideological reason, and for business reason, he decided a few years ago to open a factory in the West Bank and in Gaza. He has more or less 200 employees in Gaza, working in high-tech, making a good salary. His daughter was slaughtered and killed with her boyfriend last Saturday in Israel. At the funeral, he was asked, now you are going to stop working with the Gaza, now you are going to close your factory there? And his response was, no, now I'm going to double the number of workers than we are having in Gaza. This is the response. My friend Sam Said, who lives in Gaza, lost his brother 3 days ago. And he's my partner for peace. I speak to him every day. I told him, Sam, he told me, listen, I'm in grief. My parents are in grief. We lost our brother. But I'm not going to give up, not on my Israeli friend and not on our activity for peace and reconciliation.
And do you think that sort of resilience, that determination to find a solution, no matter how hard it is, do you think that's shared by the majority of Israelis?
Listen, now everybody is under a lot of pain. Everybody is reassessing his position. We have to wait a little bit until people did not bury their family. So we have to wait until people will come back of this trauma. Then we'll say it will be an Israel in the region of before the 7th of October and after. So a lot of things are going to change. But people who want war, the answer should be peace. People who want poverty, the answer should be growth. People who want ignorance and fanatism, the answer should be education. So we should not fall into what they want us to become. We are not going to become monsters. We are going to, end by end, build the future for our children.
Ofer Bronchtein, President of the International Forum for Peace, thank you so much for coming on to France 24 to speak to us today. Thank you.
Thank you.